Hello, my name is Dr. James Powell. I'm a second-generation chiropractor at Powell Chiropractic Clinic, and I'd like to discuss some options to boost your immune system. There's a program that Standard Process has put together. The creator of that program is Dr. Royal Lee. Dr. Royal Lee created Standard Process almost 90 years ago. He's been utilizing this formula to benefit patients' immune systems for almost 70 years. This formula is pretty simple. There are two aspects or two options that you can do. One that you can use your own foods at home. Another one is to purchase supplementation to add to your already good healthy diet. Dr. Royal Lee was quoted in saying, one of the biggest tragedies of human civilization is the precedence of chemical therapy over nutrition. It's the substitution of artificial therapy over the natural. That was in 1951. If we go back in time to 1951, the antibiotics and a lot of the therapies that we're using today to treat problems weren't available to that degree. Certainly way more now than it was then. He's talking about food, treating people naturally with food. The nervous system is the master system, controls all other systems. If you're trying to boost your immune system, which we'll talk about just briefly, the immune system is made up of organs and glands. What tells those organs and glands to operate is the brain, and how the brain tells those organs and glands how to function is through the nerves that come out of the spinal segments. As you can see in this video, the brain has the impulses that come down the spinal column. They come out each individual nerve root into every gland, organ, muscle, and cell. This information from the brain to your organs explains to the organ how to function and how to operate. If the communication is broken down between the brain and the organ won't function to the same level that it's necessary to handle whatever threat has come in. As we've already talked about, the immune system is made up of organs and glands, but they have to work synergistically together. How that operates is that each organ has a specific role or a specific part. Each of those parts work together. When they're all working together is when your body has the ability to fight threats, viruses, bacteria, protozoa, yeast. All these invaders that come into your system are all attacked by the same system in your system. It's a naturally occurring system. It's called the immune system. This system fights for you. How it fights is it finds the viruses, it finds the bacteria, and it attacks them. It encases them and digests them. For an example, when you're taking an antibiotic for, let's say, a strep infection, the antibiotic tags the outside of the strep, keeps it from multiplying, but the antibiotic doesn't kill the strep. The antibiotic stops the strep from multiplying, and then your own body's immune system engulfs the strep, eats it, and destroys it. Don't wish that these threats, these invaders, were weaker. Wish that you were stronger. So ways that you can make yourself stronger so that you can fight this good fight for your health. This immune system is the only way to do it. You boost your immune system, you boost your strength. Dr. Royal Lee, which I introduced you to a few minutes ago, came up with the triad. The real interesting component of the triad is that if you can envision an equilateral triangle, each point of the triangle serves a purpose to support the other angles. So calcium lactate, Cataplex F, Cataplex C are nutritional supplements from Standard Process. They are from foods. So if you want to try and boost your immune system with your own foods, your own diet, you can do that using the same formula. Calcium is an interesting component. Calcium serves as the engine of your immune system. Calcium bicarbonate is what is found in our bloodstream and in our bodies in a usable form. There are other forms of calcium. Your bones are calcium phosphorus. It's not soluble in water. It's not soluble in the body. Calcium lactate, calcium citrate in the body is soluble in blood, but it's not activated. Calcium bicarbonate is the only source of calcium that your body can use to help your immune system fight. It'll be abbreviated in some of the texts or some of the slides that you see where it says Ca++. Calcium bicarbonate is calcium, Ca++. Two of the main sources of calcium, one is foods and the other was supplementation. The food source, you have kale, broccoli, asparagus, your dark green leafy vegetables. These are a wonderful source of calcium in an organic form. You can have commercially grown kale not contain the level of calcium or the level of nutrients that you're going to need, so you have to purchase these foods in an organic source. The supplementation is an organic source, so you can be rest assured that you're getting the highest quality source of calcium, either in an organic source that you buy yourself or in a supplementation source that you purchase from Standard Process. The food sources of calcium, and calcium is an interesting component. So when you take calcium carbonate, which is commonly found in the front of most buildings in sidewalk cement, that's calcium carbonate for the most part. Your body has the ability to convert calcium carbonate rocks into usable calcium. It takes 12 biochemical steps to do so. Your stomach has to be in an acid environment, and your body has to have the ability to digest and absorb, but it will do it. But the amount that you would convert into calcium bicarbonate, you'd need quite a bit of calcium carbonate to get a usable source. The plants put their roots in the soil. When the roots go into the soil, they're after the minerals. It pulls the calcium carbonate out of the soil, converts it in the plant. It does 10 biochemical steps for you, and then it converts it to what's called calcium lactate. Calcium lactate, then if you were to consume it, takes 2 biochemical steps to go to calcium bicarbonate. So if you're going to take calcium, you need to take it in a food source form, not sidewalk cement. Calcium bicarbonate, Ca++, is ionized. Now that means something to a lot of people, maybe not to all, but an ionized calcium means it's charged. When the calcium's charged, especially with 2 ions, it's more attracted to the neutrophils and the macrophages in your white blood cells. Now, interesting thing about calcium, like I said earlier, it is the motor of your immune system. The white cells, the neutrophils, and the macrophages cannot move if calcium is not present. Just like your own muscles or even your heart, if you were to become severely deficient in calcium, you can cause yourself a heart attack. It stops movement. So the movement of these bacteria to find these viruses and to find these protozoa and bacteria requires calcium. So you can almost say that calcium is like a laser-guided missile for your immune system, helps the immune system find the threats. Another thing that calcium does for the neutrophils and the macrophages, our white blood cells, is it allows them the ability to encompass the virus and digest it. So you won't have a proper working immune system without calcium. So once again, if we have to go back to food is the best source. Cataplex F is manufactured from organic flaxseed and organic wheat germ. And both of those oils are a vital component in your immune system. Vitamin C. Everybody understands the vitamin C in boosting your immune system. Some of the food sources that we're familiar with in regards to vitamin C is our citrus foods. Citrus is a great source, don't get me wrong, it's not the best. A greater source of vitamin C is found in vegetables. And one of those vegetables is buckwheat leaf juice and seed. So Standard Process takes buckwheat leaf juice and seed, processes it at a very low temperature to preserve the complex aspect of vitamin C. And back to that equilateral triangle, vitamin C is critical in protecting your fatty amino acids. So each piece of the triangle protects the other. Dr. Lee had the idea that protecting each one of these components would give the body a greater resource to boosting the immune system. And protecting vitamin C, protecting calcium, and protecting your fatty amino acids was very critical and has proven to be very effective. wouldn't have been used for 70 years if it wasn't effective. The triad of health. Each one of these aspects hold significance to boosting your immune system, especially during trying times. These threats, we're becoming more and more aware of them. Your body has been fighting these threats since the beginning of time. The nutritional supplementation that you can receive from Standard Process is a far easier method to get this nutrition in. You would need bushels of whole food, organic nutrition on a regular basis to do the same job. Please contact our clinic. We'll do everything we can to make sure that we can get these products in your hands as quickly and as efficiently as possible. I thank you for your time.